Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Scorpio in February 2019. What's going on, Scorpio? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Alright, guys. No announcements, really. I was sick. I'm mostly over it, so if I have to cough or pause the video, I apologize ahead of time, but I think I'm good. Shuffled off camera to save time, so that's your main spread there. We'll shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all cards are out and they're lying face up, that is when the reading begins. If you've been here before, you know the drill, but if you're new, the link for that time will be in the description box. If you want to jump ahead, you can go down in the description box and click it, and you will go straight to when the reading starts. Also down there, you will see the information you need if you want to get a personal reading from me. Readings are $25, and the steps are pretty clear, I think. But if you do have any questions, as I have had a few, if you do have any questions beforehand, you can go ahead and email me at the same address, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. But it's pretty easy. I think there's like 4 steps down there, so go ahead and read through, and then we'll hook something up if you want a reading with me, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get your outcome and overall energy for February 2019. Scorpio, outcome for February 2019, please. There it goes. Flying out of my hands, off to the table. Or off the table, onto the floor. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Where did that card go? There it is. Hello. All right. And that's really interesting. And, you know, they will often highlight things to me, and I'll be like, why? And then they'll quickly tell me why, but none of your cards came face down. None. So what does that mean? To me, that means things are clear. Things are hopefully concise with you and straightforward, I hope. Or you need clarity. Or you need things to be out in the open. Something like that. So there's like this idea of exposure, perhaps overexposure. Now, let's find out where we're starting, okay? Please show me Scorpio in February 2019. Please show me where Scorpio is in February 2019. Please show me Scorpio, February 2019. Please show me. Okay. Here? Mostly here. A little bit down in that corner, but it's mostly here. Okay, thank you. Alright, Scorpio, coming into February 2019, you come in as the Knight of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But of course, I'm asking about you. I mean, you could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius around you who is significant, but again, that doesn't have to be. Because I feel like this is definitely your energy or close to your proximity is how they're feeling it. So it could be like your partner or your children in some cases, or I don't know why I'm having to say that, because there's only one person in this card, and I asked, where are you? And they said, here. But they're telling me like you could be sharing this. Like I feel you could be sharing this. Okay? Now, Knight of Swords, adventures, right? But not necessarily the most adventurous landscape. Got this chilled out, very frosty mountain valley. In this case, it's like a military depot or a military base, right? So some of you could be in the military, you could be facing deployment, or you're on deployment now, or you're maybe thinking of your next steps within your military career. But for some of you, there is a military connection here, whether that's you, your spouse, or something, you know, a cousin or something like that. I don't know. But what I'm feeling is like there's this want or need or even this command of go, get out there, have at it. But there's a caution, there is a slow build up to that jumping point or build up to that starting point, right? Because knights are known to be not the fastest, although they are quite fast. And the Knight of Swords, out of all of the knights, would be the fastest. So, but that scene here is not fast at all. You know? I don't know if you can see up in the clouds there. Those aren't airplanes. Those aren't jets. Those are freaking, what do you call these? Blimps. Those are blimps. Almost in the shape of the Hindenburg, right? So that's a slow-moving vehicle, right? A blimp. It's not the fastest thing in the sky. So there's sort of this contrast between, I think, someone is being told or feeling motivated to move quickly, but the environment around this person, around you, Scorpio, is slowing you down. Circumstances, other people. You know, maybe you want to travel, or you want to take a trip, or you need to move, but the finances aren't there, or there isn't a place to move to. You want to get out of your parents' house. You want to move out from this broken relationship, whatever we're talking about. But I don't have a place to stay. Or some of you want to leave the military. You're so tired of it. You're tired, not necessarily of serving your country or that you're not patriotic. And you don't obviously have to be American to feel this way. But you just feel your tenure, your time here, like what you can do, how you can be effective is gone. Or it's waning and you kind of just want to get ready for the next big thing. So I think the desire to burst out of the gate, to burst out of whatever situation you're in, is definitely being hampered and prevented by circumstances that are greater than yourself and greater than anything you could want or desire for yourself, okay? And because I think you realize that, some of you are having to sort of renegotiate or sort of go back to the drawing board and come up with a plan B. Like plan A is totally done. It's dusted. It's toast. You can't get it. Or it would prove to be very difficult to get what you want out of plan A. So now you're like, okay, now I have to reevaluate something. Because again, this night, her face, first of all, she's dressed. She's got all that equipment she needs. She has a bag on her back. A backpack is the word I was looking for. Her sword isn't even sheathed. So she's ready to act. She's ready to hit the battlefield. But she's not going anywhere. She's standing still. This environment is cold and sluggish and slow. So, you know, and her face is like, I really want to go. I really want to do what I set out to do. I want to finish this mission. I want to finish this, whatever I'm being tasked with, whatever I signed up for. But it's not going to happen in the time frame I would like. So there's a discrepancy there. And that's concerning. I feel that. That's a problem. That's a problem. That it's going so slowly, or your hands are tied, or you're not going to have the resources or the ability to do what you want to do at the time you want to do it. Not cool. Not cool at all, Scorpio. I got you. I understand. And why is that? Well, we've got some fierce other people around that totally outrank this Knight of Swords. Whether you're actually outranked in terms of the military, I don't know. But there are other people around that are ridiculously more influential on the circumstance at hand than you are. Okay? Now, one of the first ones is this Queen of Wands. And whenever I see this card, I don't think of the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Because, no offense, I mean, this is a very young-looking woman, right? And, yeah, I just don't get queen. And it's not bad. It's just more of like, oh, that's the queen? That's the queen? What? That's her? Okay. You know, it's like I'm surprised that this card, the way this is illustrated, represents the Queen of Wands. I'm just like, oh, okay. Would not have expected that. Because, I mean, that hair is not queen hair, right? It's very young. It's very, you know, impromptu. I'm not really trying, but that's my look. My look is like this low aesthetic, like this low effort aesthetic. And it's just like, that's a fashion choice. You meant that. Like, subtlety here with this queen. She doesn't look the part, but she is the part. She absolutely is the queen. There's no doubt about it. But the shock is the look. The shock is I would not have expected this from this person. So, Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't mean that this person is one of those signs, but they have certain characteristics of those signs or of the fire suit, right? or of the wand suit in the fire element, I should say. Definitely a boss, because even though she looks young and she might not look so put together or so queen-like, queen-esque, look at that face. Look at that expression. She means business. She's not here for no bull. Not here for no games, no BS. Like, if anything, I feel this queen is in the middle of something very luxurious, something very recreational. Like she's out riding this horse just for funsies, you know? And then she's receiving word from people in her court or people or you or someone else. And she's just like, what is it? I am out here to enjoy myself. It is a nice Saturday afternoon. And here you come with the news. What's the news? You know, kind of like that Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland thing where I know I can be, I shouldn't use that one. That's not the best one. But basically how quickly that queen in the Alice in Wonderland can get irate and become angry when things don't go her way, you know, and everybody fears her reaction is kind of what this is. Like, this person is not necessarily scary in terms of everything, every time you see them, every time you interact with them, but you say one thing that doesn't go in line with what they want to hear, it's about to be World War III, you know? So maybe that's why you're slightly cautious. You know, you are related to this person in some way, in that you're stacked on top of each other. I mean, the other side to this is that this person, male or female, I'm saying her a lot only because there's a female in the card. This could be a man. So whoever this is, they mean business. They're very astute. They know their job, their role, their position, their thoughts, whatever, in and out. There's no quandary. There's no qualms about that. They're not in any position. They give nobody a chance to undermine them because they get shit done, because they have this responsibility and they take it seriously and they execute on that responsibility. The issue here, and they're not a hard ass about it. I have to say that. They're not a hard ass about it. They're very controlled. They're very measured. They're stern when they need to be, but they're not going to be stern and a pain in the ass just for the sake of it. I will only act this way if you or the search or the situation at hand calls for it, is basically the Queen of Wands approach. And that's what I'm getting, is there might be something going on around now when you're watching this video that's getting this person's, you know, the hair on their neck to stand up, getting their back up if they were a cat, like making the fur on their back stand up. I feel there's a defensive posture for this person right now. Could be your boss, could be, like I said, I don't know military ranks, even though my sister is a Marine. She talks all that stuff to me, and I'm like, what? I don't understand. It's like speaking Greek to me. So there might be, literally for you, an issue where this is like your superior, in or out of the military, I don't care. Or somebody that you kind of have to placate if it's not actual hierarchy. You might, as a knight, as a messenger, you might be the person that has to deliver bad news to this person, and instead of doing it the plan A way, you now have to do it the plan B way, because you got to watch yourself. You know, if I tell this person this bad news, they may or may not attribute that bad news to me, and they might punish me for it. Therefore, let me go slowly with this. Let me think of a different way in which to tell this person this bad news, or tell this person about whatever they don't want to hear, something like that. So there's a caution between you and them. Further, you've got these two guys here, and they don't have to be men. I'm going to tell you that right now, but I'm going to say he because it's easier for me. You know, got somebody being like a dummy, basically. And I shouldn't say it so flippantly, but that's what I feel. I'm like, God, what a dummy. King of Cups reversed. I'll show you this upright. Did I mention this is the Steampunk Tarot, in case you were wondering? So it's got like this heavy industrial, but still slightly futuristic and modern feel to it. But reversed. Oh, man, like, what a gullible puppy. If not dumb, like literally intelligently dumb, or dumb, like circumstantially dumb, making dumb mistakes, I feel like this person would be like a gullible person. Like somebody who might be like overly optimistic, or overly indulgent, or overly escapist, a fantasist. Like somebody who's just like in their head, like a ditz, you know, male or female, it doesn't matter. But they shouldn't be. Because this person is a king. There's a lot going on in your spread today, Scorpio, about hierarchies and about people's different positions and roles in this world, and acting within those roles. And being the king, the highest of the cup suit, the master, basically, the tippity top, this person is similar to the queen, like how I said the queen didn't look like a queen. She's young, she's got this hairstyle, she's very fashionable. That's not what you think of queens when you picture a queen. I think most of us, when we picture queens, we're thinking of like Queen Elizabeth, many of us, or we're thinking of like queens from books, like, you know, and most of them would be European queens, right? Most of them. Some of us might be thinking, because we're a little bit more worldly, some of you might be thinking of different queens, but there's always like this stately, very put together, very polished image of a queen. This person didn't look polished. They might still be fashionable, but they don't look polished. They don't look, you know, corsets and wigs, or, you know, in terms of our modern depictions of queen, pantsuit or a tailored dress. Like, we're not seeing that. We just see a woman riding a horse. Now, this person, King of Cups, very similar. You are the King of Cups. You are the top of the cup suit, but you don't act like it. So as much as the queen doesn't look like it, this person doesn't act like it. That's the difference here. The queen acts like a queen. She just doesn't look it. The king looks like a king, but doesn't act like a king. Acts like a dumbass. I'm sorry. Just like indulgent, impatient, emotional. Sometimes not irrational, but rationalizing through their emotions. Being very subjective, this person. Okay? Is a water sign. Not saying they are a water sign, but this would be water sign energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But again, it does not have to be any of those signs. But like, I'm feeling like with this being in reverse, this is like a huge downturn on that lower level of the water energy, of water qualities. Indulgent. They keep telling me indulgent. So drinking, staying out late, you know, not eating right, giving into pleasure more often than not. This is someone who says, do you want to go do this crazy act? Impulsive. Thank you. Impulsive. And again, they're underpinning this rank thing. So this could be somebody who's even the queen's superior. Again, in military terms, I don't know what that is, especially if I don't know where you are, Scorpio. You could be a sergeant, and I don't know what, you know, I don't know what is above a sergeant. I'm really bad with that stuff. But this could be the superior to the queen, who is then your secondary superior, right? If we go in the chain of command or something like that. And this person is just a jackass. You're just like, oh my God, that guy's in charge, or that girl's in charge? Like, what? Like, this is the person calling the shots, really? Man. Not a fan of that person at all. This is not military. This could be family. You're the kid, the knight. You're the adult, but still the child. You could be in your 20s, but you're still the child. This could be your mom. This could be your dad. If you have that type of dynamic. Could be friends. Could be, you know, work, but outside of the military. You know, your direct supervisor, your branch manager, your regional manager, something like that. And this person, oh man, like, good intentions, like honest to goodness intentions. Not wanting to foul it up, not wanting to muck it up, but not helping their case, not helping their cause by acting the way they're acting. And this is more action oriented. Sometimes it, like I said, it is subjective emotionally, so it's in tandem, it's working together. What they feel, they do. If they don't feel like showing up to work, if they don't feel like taking a meeting, they cancel. You know, they reschedule. If they, in terms of, like I said, overindulgence in health, if someone says, let's get another drink, they've already had 6, they don't have a DD and they refuse to get in an Uber, they still have the next drink. It's like, no, you shouldn't do that. You should not do that at all. Nah, we're good. Hey, give me another scotch. Come on, come on, guys. And they could be the one who's initiating that overindulgence for the group or for other people. Okay, let's all have drinks. Let's all have cocktails. Let's all toast. Let's all, hit this joint another time. And it's just like, dude, we only have a 30-minute break, and you guys are like out back of the Jack in the Box or something like that. And this guy's like, dude, let's roll another one. And you're like, dude, we only have a 30-minute break. It's time to get back and flip these burgers. So they just want more and more of the pleasure and less of the responsibility, less and less of the real work that needs to be done for whatever they need to do. Okay? Now, you also, Scorpio, given that you are pretty solidly here in the Knight of Swords, I don't feel you here, and I don't feel you here. You could be one of those people just because it's a general reading, but I really feel most of you are there in the Knight of Swords. And how you relate to this King of Cups in reverse. Is he the reason things are going so slowly? Maybe. For some of you, maybe. Very slow. His overindulgence, his lack of responsibility, his inability to lead or to be concise and to be constructive might impede your ability to get up and do anything, especially in this military sense. If you're waiting for orders, or you're waiting for certain clearance, or you're waiting for certain funding, and this person just needs to sign their name on the dotted line, just sign your name, and then I can go and do what I need to do. So you pass that information along to the Queen of Wands, who doesn't know anything about it, and really it's not her or his responsibility to sign that contract, to notify whoever to release the funding, right? So you go to your direct Queen of Wands. Hey, I didn't get this paperwork. I didn't get this notification. I didn't get this clearance. Can you help me out? She's annoyed because, oh my God, I have to go over to the King of Cups and tell him to do his job when he should have done it 2 weeks ago. So she's miffed at him, and she's not miffed at you, but she's miffed that you had to tell her that. Because now I have to go talk to this doofus and remind him to do his damn job, which then will allow you to do whatever you need to do. You see the cycle here, or the route this has to travel? It's like, you just want to do this one thing. You're ready to go. But because this person kind of can't do it, it's above their pay grade, basically, what you need. So you have to tell this person to inform the next person up the ladder, hey, help the Knight of Swords out. Help Scorpio out so they can get on with their job. Now, interestingly enough, Scorpio, you have another person here. Mr. Emperor. Okay? The Emperor, Major Arcana card, the Emperor, related to the sign of Aries. So this person might be an Aries, but they don't have to be. It's more about the energy of the card. And let me tell you, this is another person up the ladder. This is like the CEO. In terms of military, what's the top rank? Like generals and admirals and stuff like that. Again, I'm terrible at that stuff. I don't mean to insult anybody. But the big who only shows up like once a year. Okay? The big who does the teleconference from Singapore. Okay? This person, so far removed from the situation, from your day-to-day, your deployment, wherever you are stationed in the world, wherever you live, whatever barrack you're in, this person never goes there. You will never see them there in the flesh. Okay? But he or she, I'm just saying he because of the card, he is the boss of the king. He is the boss of the queen. He is the boss of you. He runs the whole shebang, the Emperor, right? So whoever is at the tip top. And he kind of doesn't care about this little thing that's going on with all three of you. Because is it messing up the day-to-day? Is it hurting us overall? Is it preventing something so crucial from happening? For you, yes. For your state of mind, Scorpio, you want to know whether you're coming or going. You want to know when you're leaving, when you're going to get your resources, when you're going to get funding. That's important to you. You need to know that. This guy doesn't care. If I'm honest, he just doesn't care. And maybe it's not that he doesn't care. I should say perhaps he's not aware. Or perhaps if you run, a certain division in the military, or you're a general, or you're a CEO, you're the patriarch of a family that has like, 15 grandkids, 8, kids. If there's so many people that you are accountable for, or so many different aspects of a situation that you are in charge of, you can't pay attention to all the details. You just can't. You have to sort of let the machine, quote unquote, the machine, or the circumstance play itself out, run on its own course. So this person rules, guides, leads, makes decisions from a distance. They don't really hear you directly, Scorpio. They can, if they choose, and if they ever become aware, they can reprimand the King of Cups or the Queen of Swords, or excuse me, Queen of Wands, or even you. But I just feel there's a distance. Like they don't want to, they don't have the time, they're not aware, whatever. That might please you, or that might make you mad. I don't know. Because there's just like the posture of this emperor. He's sitting there. Just, not doing much. I mean, the emperor gets to this station, he gets to this position in his life through hard work, through years of effort, or some time spent cutting his teeth and increasing his skill, sure. And so he gets to this point where he's very hands-off. He doesn't have to be involved in that day-to-day garbage, or that day-to-day pettiness, or that day-to-day whatever. It's really beneath him to get involved. And also, look at the difference. You're outside in the cold. Let's look at that. You're outside in the cold, right? Stationed in the Himalayas or something. Obviously, you're just out in the cold. Not like rejected, but you're literally, your surroundings are stark, not comfortable, right? Then, one rung up the ladder, got the queen. She's outside too, but it looks more springtimey, it looks a little warmer where she is, easier to navigate the grasslands than it would be a mountain range, okay? Then you go, and I'll show you upright just so you can see it. Then you go to the King of Cups. He's indoors, sheltered from the elements, so that's cool. And he's in a place with like a nice little comfy little couch or armchair. Has a little drink in his hand, a little bit. So he's comfortable. Then you get to the Emperor. Well, he's on a damn throne. The most comfortable, well, maybe not the most comfortable, but certainly the most powerful, most influential seat you can have in any indoor place. Now, in terms of regal seating, right? Equate the freaking throne to like the corner office or the helipad, whatever you want to think of it. So there is this despairing or disparaging difference between you and them. Out in the elements, in the middle of a mountain range, you got slow blimps flying overhead, and then this guy is in the comfort of his throne room, unaware of anything that's going on in your life, or unaware of the circumstances and how they impact you, Scorpio. Okay? Now, this whole thing means a lot to you. In terms of those where this is a career reading or a family reading, it means a lot to you. 10 of Cups. The everything. The pinnacle place of happiness and contentment and security, emotional stability, and feeling full and feeling accomplished. That's very important. Job, family, whatever situation we're talking about for you. Means a lot. And for some of you, like, maybe this is like, for those who are like deployed or you're in the military, this could be like your partner and they are your end all be all. Maybe you have kids as well, I don't know. But there's just like this wholesome connectivity between you and another person, or you and somebody from your home life, from your stable home life back in the States or wherever you're from. And they're your go-to, your rock, your emotional solace. but there's a distance between you. Perhaps on this line, the buffoon is between you. I want to go home. I've been stationed here for 2 years. I want to go home. You get the orders, you're going to go home. You just need sign off, or you need clearance, or you need this to be notarized or something like that. And this asshole, sorry to curse, but this dick is just like holding you up. Because they're like playing games, or they're like not realizing they didn't do this, therefore that can't happen. Oh, I forgot. Sorry about that. And it's like 2 weeks overdue. You're keeping me from my wife. You're keeping me from my husband. You're keeping me from my kids. You're keeping me from my mom or my dad or whoever. I want to go home. I want to be in this space. I'm tired of being in these mountains. I'm tired of sleeping in these cold ass barracks. I'm tired of taking showers in the middle of the desert. Whatever your situation is. Doesn't have to be military. Apply it to wherever. And it's just like this jackass in the middle is just like effing it up. Leave or do what you're supposed to do. Let me out of this contract. Give me my walking papers. Give me my discharge papers. Whatever. So there's like a whole rigmarole that you have to go through. All these hoops that you find yourself having to face or jump through. Jump through. And you're just like, it's extra work. Shouldn't be that way, but that's what it is. And it and it's about negotiations. And maybe so for some of you, and I just said negotiations, and I think I just said contracts, right? So maybe for those who this is not a military thing, you have a little bit more freedom, quote unquote freedom. You're not like, stationed overseas. It's like easier for you to kind of navigate towards what you want, whatever that 10 of Cups is, whether that's actually family or people. It is more so about the energy of contentment and peace of mind and sound, stable, positive, emotional perspectives, okay? The 3 of Pentacles beneath shows you're not alone in getting to this. You need other people to help you. You need other people to guide you. You need other people to give you clearance. Or, like I said, negotiate, and free you from contracts. So some of you might be, if this is like a job thing, and you're ready to leave, because the environment is not flourishing. It's cold. It's dead. You've done all you can do in this job. I want a new job, or I want to be released from this contract. Maybe some of you are creative, or you're consultants, and you need to be released in order for you to make your next move in your career. All these people are in your way. You need them to come to terms with you. You need to meet them in the middle. They need to meet you in the middle, whatever. But somebody, it's almost a parallel, really. You would be the one kind of fixing that pentacle on the wall there, Scorpio. The Queen of Wands might be the woman in red, kind of giving you the instructions, trying to help you put that pentacle on the wall, kind of reading you the directions. And then dumbass King of Cups in reverse would be the guy with the paper. We came here to help Scorpio get these pentacles put on the wall. What are you doing, Barry? Reading the god freaking Wall Street Journal? That is not the time nor the place, Jerry, or Barry, whatever the hell I just called this person. So it's really just this reflection of what you need and what, honestly, it's coming. I just think it's taking longer than you would anticipate and what you would prefer. Yeah. That sucks. I feel it's, like I said, I feel it's coming. I feel you're going to get the reprieve you want. I think you're going to get the release or the funding or whatever the hell you want. I think you're going to get it. It's just, not yet. Not yet. Not in the way you want. If it's not a matter of time, it would be in the manner or the detail in which you would want it to appear. Okay? So, there is going to be some disappointment, Scorpio, but I don't think it's a loss. Okay? your outcome for February. You have the Five of Wands. So basically just what I was talking about. Disagreements, short-lived, bursts of drama, bursts of arguments, right? Fives are challenges, but they're short-lived. They don't last long. They can be surmounted, they can be defeated or worked through, right? And everybody here has their say. Everybody here has an opinion. Everybody here has a perspective that they're interested in presenting and arguing and, in some cases, protecting and ensuring that other people adhere to. That might be a challenge. If someone like won't let go of their perspective, won't let go of their point of view or their argument, then we could have trouble. But ultimately, it's short-lived for most of you. I'm going to say like a high percentage of you. This is going to be some short-lived blow up, some short-lived disagreement or debate. And again, Scorpio, I think your goal is somewhere away from all of this, that this is just more of like something you have to endure because other people's egos are involved. Like, you're so beyond this. You're so like, no, I'm not even going to argue that point. I'm not even going to bring this up because you're just going to say this. So let's just skip that and get to the next thing. Like, you already know what all the other people are going to be thinking and what they're going to say. And so to alleviate the crap, let's just all agree that we're going to disagree on point number one, or remember, plan A. So let's all just say plan A is done. It's dusted. It's scrapped. It's garbage. And let's all get together and start arguing or figuring out a way to get on with plan B. But somebody, multiple people, not just one person, multiple people are saying, but plan A, let's talk about plan A. And you're like, but plan A is done. We can't do it. We know we can't do it. It's not going to work that way. I know it. You know it. They know it. Let's just scrap it. Let's not even talk about it. But people want to talk about it. So you have to endure people talking and bitching about plan A, or what didn't work out the first time around, or what they need to, it's just like formalities, like a formal debate, a formal disagreement, a formal meeting. Like like there are memes out there about like the faces that people make when a meeting could have been disseminated. Whatever happens in a meeting could have been said in an email. It could be something like that. Like, why are you making us come and sit in this stupid conference room for 30 minutes when you could have just typed this in an email and everybody would have been on board with it? It's like unnecessary disagreements, unnecessary arguments, unnecessary drama that you, frankly, are just like not here for. And again, it's short-lived. It's not going to break the situation. It's just like a waste of time. And Scorpio, that's one of your pet peeves. Let's not have a waste of time about this. Overall energy for the month, the Fool card. Totally you, packed up, ready to go. Let's go. Now, many of you will automatically know this is like a card of taking chances, a leap of faith. And that might apply to some of you if like you're having sort of anxiety about leaving a job situation, or you're having, even though you want out of this contract, you don't want to be associated with these people or this company anymore. You also kind of have a slight hesitation, or you're kind of like debating, is that really what you want? Yes, go forward. Don't go backwards. Go forward. Now, but more so what I feel here is like a return to, or a movement towards, something that is more viable, something that is more supportive and substantial, and releasing all the crap previous, because that, okay, thank you. That is really the message they want you to take, Scorpio, is notice he's just got the knapsack on the stick and the little white dog. That's not a lot to take on you if you're going towards a new like path in life, or a totally new adventure or journey in life, or phase or stage in your life. That's not a lot to take. And that's something that many readers will tell you about the Fool, is he doesn't take much with him. So if this is like some situation that is slowly but surely coming to an end, whether that's amicably or with adverse opinions, it doesn't matter. But your advice, or what's not influencing, but kind of what you want to remember, is I don't want to take too much with me. Release a lot of the garbage, release a lot of those, negative energies and those less than productive aspects of the situation. The Fool only takes with him what is necessary. He only takes with him towards his future what is beneficial and what supports him going forward. And I think that's kind of what your focus should be. You spent this entire reading, I'm letting you know, here. Maybe a little bit here and a little bit here, but like the bulk of you is right there in that Knight of Swords. You're ready to go. You're ready to move forward. You are ready to get on with the new thing. You have some messages you have to deliver along the way. You have some loose ends you have to tie up. But ultimately, it's like, nah, I got to get out of here. I got to get on to the new thing, the next thing. And that's where your focus should be. I want new, I want next, but I also want to stay away or stay above the drama. Ooh, stay above. Mountains. Mountains are above, right? Above the sea level, usually above any towering castles that kings, queens, and emperors might occupy. So there's this idea of being elevated away from the drama of those people. Okay? All right, Scorpio, that is your reading for February 2019. I hope you liked it. If you do, YouTube has a wonderfully convenient button called the like button. Go ahead and hit that if you want to show that your support to the channel and let me know without much other indication that you liked what you saw here. Go ahead and hit that button. Also down there, you will see the comment section. If you want to leave a comment on how this resonated with your life, I would love to read that. It gives me affirmation. It gives me confirmation. It gives me the knowledge that I already feel, but it just would be a practical way of seeing this does connect with people. This does help people in some form or fashion. So if you want to detail it to me a little bit in the comment section, that would be amazing. I will read it. I will love it. Also, you will see this share button down there. If you want to share this across your social media platforms, let other people know that, you know, you're a fan of mine or this work that I'm providing for you guys is interesting or somehow helpful, that would be great. And the big button down there that I would love to see more of an uptick with is the subscription button. If you like what you see, and you keep coming back here, why not just hit the subscribe button? You'll be notified, or once you hit the subscription button and the notification bell, you'll be notified and you'll see when I upload new videos, and that's helpful to you. You don't have to go searching for it. It'll just come to you in your YouTube feed. And yeah, so that's something that I want to see kind of take an uptick. But you can't rush these things, and of course you can't beg. If you don't want to do anything that I just asked of you, if you're just like, to hell with you, Jay, I don't want to do any of that stuff, I respect that choice as well. Nobody here is anybody's, superior, okay? Oh, and the other part of the subscription is that I'm hoping in the spring to at least have one solid new form of content that I want to put up on the channel. If I'm really ambitious and if I really buckle down, hopefully it's 2. But at least 1, and I hope to have that launch sometime in the spring. So if you want to keep up on that, please subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to be back in about 3 weeks time when I bring you your March 2019 readings. I thank you so much for watching up until this point. Take care. Bye.